friends. So you guys requested a cream tutorial. The poll was very, very close, so I will do a Fenty one soon. We are going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Contour Kit. This is a new one, so it has these shades, and this is in light because I'm fairly light skinned, but even when I'm tan, this still works great. This is my current one. As you can see, it's a very, very well loved. So with that, I've already applied my foundation, done my eyebrows, primer, most of everything except for obviously my under eyes. So I'm going to hold off and do that at the very end because we want our concealer and our contour light color to come all the way up to the lower lash, under the lower lash line. So I'm going to leave that to the very end, and then I'll show you the finished look. With that, we'll go ahead and get started.
Okay, so I'm going to start with an angled contour brush. It's number 75 from Sephora Pro's collection. And I'm just going to go back and forth between the two darker colors. The one on the left is pretty warm, and the one on the right is a little cooler. So I like to blend the two so that I don't look too orangey. So I'm going to start with the hollows of my cheek. That's why I'm pursing my lips to see exactly where that hollow is. And you don't want to go below that, because if you go below, it's going to make your face actually look bigger rather than thinner, which is what we're going for here with when you contour. So I'm just kind of going from like the corner of my nose, like if it were a triangle, and then just going up. And then our goal is to create kind of a triangle with the contour. So sweeping in an upward motion, and the thinnest part being towards your lip, and the thickest part of that triangle being up towards your hairline. And then you can always add more product as you go. A little bit goes a long way with this, so don't add too much because it's really difficult to remove. Now I'm just going to go over my whole hairline, sweep it all the way across on my forehead. And see, this is the advantage of using the cream contour with brushes, is that you can blend as you go. As where with the sticks, you can't blend as you go, and you have to go over everything with a beauty blender, and it's a lot more work in my opinion. With the brushes, you can kind of blend as you go, and it makes it so much easier to blend out at the end. So on the forehead, we're creating kind of a triangular pattern, and just kind of dabbing more product in as I see fit to create that triangle. I feel like I have a fairly large forehead, so I bring my contour down pretty low, I would say. And that lightest part is what you want your triangle to be. So if you have a small forehead, then you might not want to bring your darker color down as far because it's going to make your forehead look smaller. And then I'm just dabbing on my chin, blending that out a little bit. And on the nose. Then I'm going to take this very dense number 97 Sephora Pro brush, which I used to use for this technique just solely before I got that other brush. And it works just fine. I just find that it adds a lot of product, but it also blends very well. So it's great for blending out the hairline, kind of blending out that harsh line on the cheek there as I'm doing. And as I go along, I might add a little bit more product. Like right here, I feel like I missed a little spot, so we want it all along that hairline. So if I missed some of the hairline, I might go back through and just add a little bit more. I'm just blending that up through the cheekbone, all the way into the hairline. And then I'm going to take a damp beauty blender and just start dabbing those light areas first. But I forgot. You will see. I forgot to add my light contour colors. So I like to mix the two. So I like to mix the two on this brush. It's an awesome brush. It is number 66 in the Sephora Pro collection. It is very, very dense. It's got a pointed tip and then a rounded end. So it's really easy to create this triangle. So I dab back and forth, get lots of product on there. It makes it look like a clown. Yes, but I promise it will all turn out okay. Don't be scared. So I'm making two triangles below my eyes, and you want to go right up underneath that lash line there, and then all the way out to the tip of your brow. and then down, straight down on the bridge of your nose, your Cupid's bow, and then just above that contour on your chin area. And then I like to dab just a little bit more on to make sure I have really good coverage underneath my eyes, especially if you have dark circles or anything like that. This is great for that. And I'm gonna go right along the jawline. This is just gonna enhance that contour even more. And there we have that. Now we're back to our Beauty Blender. I'm gonna start dabbing those light areas. And this Beauty Blender is awesome. I got it at Target. It's huge. It has a very pointed end and it's black, which I like because you can't see all the dirtiness. I clean it still, but you know. And I'm blending out those harsh edges. And always, always, always use it damp, you guys. Get it really, really, really wet. Squeeze it out like 4 or 5 times so that there's still water on the inside. But you want to make sure you squeeze out all the water. And I'm dabbing it up, making sure not to get my eyeshadow. And it also helps create kind of a line with your eyeshadow so that none of that fallout's there. And I forgot to go back and contour my nose. So I'm taking a small kind of kabuki brush. So a kabuki brush is something that is harsh. So it's a very dense brush. And I'm just going down straight down my nose, right on the outside of that highlighted piece. And I'm blending as I go. Like I said, the advantage of using brushes. And if you hear vibrations, it's because my husband keeps calling me, but I keep ignoring him. So, and then just the tip, and see, that just it makes your nose look smaller. So obviously, if I turn to the side, I feel like I have a fairly large nose. It still looks, somewhat big, but from the front, you can already tell it's starting to look thinner. And then just blending all the way up into the corners. And then we're going to go underneath our lips. And what this does is it creates the look of a pouty lip. So the shadows kind of enhance the things that are around it. So it's going to make your lip pop out. See how it's making my lip, as soon as I look down, you'll be able to see how it makes my lip look like it's pouty. Now I'm going to go back to my Beauty Blender and just dab out those light areas. And normally I would have done all the dark stuff first, but I just forgot because I was doing a video and I didn't want to have to start over. So I'm dabbing out all those light areas, making sure to get underneath my eyes. You don't want to rub, just dab, because we place all that stuff here for a reason, right? We strategically place all this stuff. We just want to blend it all together. So dab, 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 dab. You'll get a good workout in. That's why I love this large Beauty Blender. It's awesome. I'm going to use the round area for that forehead just because it's a larger area. And I'm just dabbing out the harsh lines. I'm not rubbing. And my hair is getting in the way. I'm not, no strokes, nothing like that. And I'm dabbing all the way up into my hairline. Now, if you have really blonde hair, you can use the tip of it or you can use a brush, and it's a little bit easier to get all the way up into that hairline because the last thing you want is to see that really light hairline and then the line of demarcation with your contour. So make sure to get all the way up in there. As you can see, it's starting to blend out really nicely. And then I just kind of go over spots where I feel like, aren't just as blended. Like if you have patchy spots, you're going to want to just keep kind of dabbing over those and move the product around, because that's what this does. It just kind of moves the product around. And now I'm going to go into my jawline, and I'm just kind of combining. I'm pressing. I am not dabbing really. I'm pressing on that jaw highlight we did and the contour in the hollow of the cheek. And I'm bringing it all the way up to the hairline and blending it all out together. And see how that's coming together as a nice triangle and starting to blend. And excuse me, I'm getting over an illness, so my voice is kind of raspy. And again, on the other side, just blending that all the way up through the hairline, taking all of that product and just moving it into that triangular shape that we want up through the cheekbone. And there's a spot there where I feel like it's a little bit dark, but I'll go over that and just kind of rub it right in right there. If you feel like there's a spot that has a little too much product, you can just kind of rub it out a little bit. Yes, I just said rub it out. Okay, and we're just about done blending here. And that's the thing about this big beauty blender is it just covers so much area. And don't forget your chin. Sometimes I forget that area. Dab that out, and then underneath your lip as well. And then I'm also going to go back through with a brush and just kind of, because brushes are great for blending, just kind of blend that area. So just circular motions and blend it out. So we have 0 harsh lines and it all blends together. And see, with that, everything is all blended. So you could just set this how it is. You could leave it how it is, add some blush. I found a spot that I don't like, so, you know, give yourself a once over. You could leave this how it is, set it with setting powder, with some translucent setting powder, add some blush and be on your way. But that's not how I do things. And we're done with that. So I'm gonna go do my eyes and we'll be all done.
Okay, we are all finished. So after I blended out all of the cream contour with my beauty blender, and those are always damp, by the way, just a little trick. I went ahead and put a little bit of really light colored concealer underneath, like Shape Tape is a really good one, underneath, just to kind of really brighten up that under eye. And then I finished my under eye makeup here. As you can see, I smoked it out, added some blush, some bronzer, just to give me a nice glow, and then a little bit of highlighter here, brow bone, and then inner eye, cupid's bow, and chin. And we can go over full looks later if you'd like to. But overall, I love cream contour. I think it's great. It gives you complete full coverage, as you can see. It's kind of that photo finish. There's no filter on this at all. This is complete natural light, so you're seeing it is exactly how I would see it in the mirror or in person. This is literally how it looks. So let me know what y'all think. I promise I will get you a Fenty Beauty stick because you guys wanted to see that one too. I'll get you that one hopefully next week. All right, bye-bye.